Hey, Gen Xers. You might be ready to quit your job, but you're also about to reshape the ecosystem that's been quietly supporting your life. Your decision to leave corporate isn't just about your values or freedom. It touches everything: your relationships, routines, roles, and sense of identity. You don't operate in a vacuum. When you imagine a different life, you activate a ripple of changes across your body, finances, household, and calendar. That's part of why so many people stay stuck. They're not just afraid of change, they're reacting to how many other things might change along with it. In this episode, we're talking about systems. Not the one you managed at work, but the invisible system of you. We'll explore why life feels so strange after you leave corporate, how to spot the cascading effects you didn't anticipate, and what to do with the pieces that no longer fit. This is Burn the Map, the podcast for Gen Xers dying to leave corporate and build something of their own. I'm Shelley McIntyre, a certified coach with decades of experience in corporate strategy and tech. I help midlife professionals ditch outdated roles and design a third act that actually fits. Subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Let's get into it. You already know how systems work. Inputs, outputs, pressure points, inefficiencies. You've spent decades fixing broken ones. But this is different. This isn't about optimizing performance. It's about understanding how you function as an interconnected whole. Your routines, your roles, your obligations, your stories. And when you leave a job, you're not just walking away from a paycheck. You're stepping out of a system that trained your nervous system, structured your day, and shaped your identity. After you're done with the job, that system is still running. That's why we have to map the system of you. Not to optimize it, but to understand what you've been sustaining and what parts of it you're finally ready to turn off. Money is a big part of your system, but it's never the only thing. I talk to people all the time who have their finances in order and the go-ahead from a planner or partner, and still they stay. That doesn't mean they're failing. It means something else in their system isn't ready. Let's say you plan to leave within a year. You'll take some time to recover and hang out with your people, then devote your days to creative exploration and figuring out what you'll build. Here's what might quickly change: how you structure your day, how your family depends on your schedule or income, the role you play in running your household, where and how you work, how and when you take care of your body, who you're in regular communication with, and how that shapes your day, and what feedback loops tell you you're doing enough. When you no longer have coworkers, Slack threads, or performance reviews, you'll need new ways to feel seen and useful. That's not just psychological, it's systemic. I'm not offering all of this to overwhelm you. The goal is to design your departure with your whole system in mind. Leaving your job will change more than your LinkedIn status. You'll likely experience a mix of freedom, fatigue, restlessness, and grief, sometimes all before lunch. But with some prep and experimentation, you can reduce the friction even if you have no clue of what's next. So back to our example. You're taking a breather, then doing some creative exploration. Here are some things to ponder and maybe even take action on before you even leave. Which of your employment benefits will end and which ones matter, like health insurance? How does your household actually run? Who keeps the ship afloat while you're working, and how do they do that? Do you have a home base for thinking, creating, or zooming? And if not, what's nearby? Will you need to displace anyone or any gear, pets, or hobbies to create that space at home? If you're around the house more, what pressure might you relieve or unintentionally add? Who else in your world has flexible days? Who could become part of your new rhythm? What errands, services, or support are near your office location, and can you locate new ones? There's a lot of stuff you can figure out before you leave your job. To really amp it up, try running a test day. Take a weekday off and live the schedule you're imagining. What feels good? What breaks? Here's something most people overlook. Your nervous system is part of the system too. You're wired for certain rhythms, getting up at a set time, feeling useful by 10 a.m., and being on in meetings. When that rhythm disappears, your body notices. Some people get restless, others go numb. That's not laziness, it's your nervous system recalibrating. So part of building capacity is regulating your internal system before you leave, not just reacting after you do. You can start now with a few things. Regular movement. If you don't have a workout routine, start one. Set rituals, like getting sunlight right after you wake up or going for a walk after dinner. Find safety within yourself. Try breath work, calming music, or anything that grounds you. The more familiar these practices are now, the more supportive they'll be later. Most systems don't reveal their weak points until something breaks. That's why it's helpful to talk to people who've already left corporate. Find a few folks and ask them what was most surprising after they left. Learn how their schedules and energy shifted. Ask them what gives them a sense of achievement now, and what changed at home, emotionally or logistically. You might hear things like, I start 12 projects and I finish one. I fake a commute every day just to reset. Or I kick off the week with a solopreneur Zoom call. These aren't quirks, they're adaptations, and you can design your own in advance. Many Gen Xers wrestle with guilt about the people they're leaving behind. Your team, your manager, your clients. Here's what's true. Systems are adaptive. Your departure might hurt, but the team will reform without you, and that new shape is not yours to manage anymore. Instead of directing all your worry at what might fall apart, focus on what you want to build. What new rhythms or roles will emerge at home? How will your spending change? What emotional dynamics might surface? You don't have to control it all, but you can start shaping the structure that will support who you're becoming. You're not a system of one. You've built a life full of invisible supports, routines, roles, and relationships that shape your choices and identity. If you want to change your work life, change the context that holds it. That's how you build a foundation strong enough to carry what comes next. Burn the map. Build what fits. Thanks for listening to Burn the Map. Gen Xer, you already have what you need to build a life that feels like yours. Want more tools and insights? Head to burnthemapcoaching.com. And if this episode sparked something, send it to a friend. It might be exactly what they need to hear.